Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream. Trying not to blow your eardrums out here. Every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my ATB crew. Hey, if you came from ATB, guys, let me know in the chat. I want to say down below, but I know it's to the right. But let me know if you guys came from ATB in the chat. I haven't done that in a while. I don't even know if ATB still comes by here. I don't think they rate us anymore. But let me know if you came from ATB. ATB squad, show yourselves in the chat. But guys, we got an amazing show for you guys tonight as Bitcoin has been lulling everybody to sleep all day. I do have some interesting things I want to take a look at with you guys. We do have some potential possibility of flipping a little bit more bullish here, but not quite yet. I do still maintain the same sentiment that I've had all the way since... let me see here. All the way since for about forever. Basically, since we broke the level here at about 28, I know you guys can't see my screen, at about 28,700 or 28,000, or 28.8K, we'll call it. Once we lost that level, guys, I still maintain the same exact sentiment. I am still leaning a bit bearish here. However, we do have some things potentially looking to flip around, but again, this has not happened just yet, so we're not ready to flip bullish yet, but I do have some things that you guys need to keep your eye on, so I want to cover both of those things, that number one bullish signal that may wind up presenting itself, and if it does, I want to talk about some things that we all need to see happen together in order for me to flip more bullish and look for some good longs all the way up to some of those higher prices, such as 28,500, and we'll talk about it when we get to the charts. But, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. And don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where we all have multiple chances to win some free crypto. Maybe a free Frankie Candles hat. Maybe a free Frankie Candles CandleMafia t-shirt. Maybe a Bing Bong t-shirt. Or maybe I will send you a half-empty used Aztecian Cactus Moss Water can. Absolutely, guys, these sell on eBay. Top dollar, guys. But, guys, with that being said, let's go ahead, and before we jump into the charts, let's go ahead and say what is going on to the Candle Mafia in the chat. I see you guys going crazy already. Let's see who we got in here. Shout out to, hang on. Tomlinson Farming. Shout out to Tomlinson Farming. Thank you for being here. Shout out to you saying what's up to talking to John Davis. Shout out to John Davis. Shout out to Crypto Cowboy. Shout out to the Days of Old. What is going on, Days of Old? Good to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. Saying evening to Rob the Crypto Snob. Shout out to Rob. I appreciate you for being here, bro. Shout out to all of our mods, guys. We got Crypto Anon, Crypto Billy, Rob the Crypto Snob, D Petty, Crypto Captain Kirk. Did I say Crypto Billy? We got Tony D up in here. We got Crypto Anon. I think I said that already. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in chat. And also, guys, let me know if I'm blowing out your eardrums here, and I will lower the levels. It does look like I am peaking slightly here. But I peaked in high school, so there's no way I'm peaking. There's no way I'm peaking now. I'm just kidding, guys. I was a nerd in high school. I'm also kidding. I wasn't. But anyway, let's see here. Shout out to RTB, not to be confused with ATB. This is the new, an improved version. This is a new Around the Blockchain we're coming out. It's called RTB, and it's just called Round the Blockchain. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to RTB. I'm obviously kidding, guys. Shout out to RXR. What is going on, man? Shout out to you. From the ATB crew, coincidentally, shout out to Crypto Billy coming from ATB. Let's go. Down below for me, shout out to Lazarus Hand. What is going on, man? Thank you for being here. Good to see you as always. Alex Diaz, what is going on? He smashed that like button, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Have you seen Rob's baseball? I don't think so. Shout out to Dave Digital. Welcome in, bro. Happy to have you here as always. Dave, you're on police duty. If anybody gets out of hand, Dave, please, for the love of God, call the cops on them. Let's see. Who else we got? We got RS Crypto. What is going on, man? Shout out to Rewire Deprogramming. Shout out to you, man. Says, question, what is the money flow indicator on TradingView? Can anyone help me? This indicator that I typically use is called Market Cipher. It is a paid indicator if you want a discount. We are sponsored by Market Cipher. And I always say this, we're not sponsored by Market Cipher because they reached out to sponsor us. I've been using Market Cipher for years, and now we are just lucky enough to be sponsored by them. But we do offer a discount code if you want to save, I believe, 10 or 20%. Link in the description down below. You can go ahead and check it out right there. Shout out to CryptoFace and shout out to Market Cipher. Let's see. Shout out to Steven Atwell. What is going on, bro? Bullish on Parade. What is going on, man? Thank you for being here. John Davis. And last but certainly not least, shout out to the Days of Old and Jim Kramer in the chat, guys. We got Jim Kramer. Jim, I sold all my Cardanzo for you. You told me to sell my Cardanzo, and I sold it. Shout out to you, man. Hopefully that was good financial advice. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, we do have some stuff to look at here on the charts. I don't want to say a lot to look at, but we do have some interesting stuff here to look at on the charts. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in to the charts. Here we go. All right, let's see. Ben Koss said, calm down, please. Please, calm down. Well, shout out to Ben Koss. Listen, man, the energy level on this stream is over 9,000. So I'm going to go ahead and be upfront with you right here, brother. I am not going to calm down. That is just not how it works on this show. But hey, the energy is contagious, my man. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. I love those comments. People are like, is this guy a horse race announcer? Like, what is this guy, and why is he yelling at me? I don't know. I was born this way. I was born this way. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Jim Kramer laughing in the chat. Let's go. Bullish on Cardanzo. Absolutely. And Solano as well. Very bullish on both of those. Metabyte said, when 12K? I am in the camp of 12K is probably not going to come. Shout out to Metabytes. Thank you for being here, bro. I am in the camp of that 12K probably is unlikely to get hit, but let me be the first person to tell you, not impossible. But once we get down to some lower levels, or if we wind up going down to some lower levels, we can reassess the opportunity or the possibility of getting down to 12K. But I am in the camp that I do believe it is more likely than not. Did Frankie just drop a Dragon Ball Z reference? I did, and I never even watched Dragon Ball Z. I just know that from the memes. But shout out to Ben Koss throwing in the hearts of chat. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you. Let's see. What about Adam? We can take a look at Adam. But yeah, guys, I am a bigger believer. Let's just go ahead and jump into the charts, and we can talk about it, guys. But here we go, right? On the weekly time frame. Right, just looking at the bottom here at 15.5, I do think it is more likely than not that bottom is in. And maybe we'll jump into the cycle chart a little later in the show because Solonzo and Cardanzo. Let's go. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. But thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate you. But guys, We'll jump into the cycle charts a little bit later. I want to cover the current price action because we've gone over the cycle stuff a few times in a row. But I will go back for anybody who has not seen that yet. I will go ahead and show you kind of why I do believe. Actually, you know what? Just go ahead and check out my video talking about this from last Sunday. I think the thumbnail says "Bull Market Confirmed?" where we dive into those higher time frames. I pull up my cycle chart, which is my cycle chart here. I don't think this is the cycle chart, but I do pull up my cycle chart, and I kind of talk about where we sit in the cycle, why I think it is more likely than not that the bottom is in, and kind of where I expect the rest of this bear market to go and what I expect price to do. So go check that out. We cover all of that stuff in detail in that video. Maybe one of the mods can drop that link. I can almost guarantee you they already did because they are the fastest mods in the world. But with that being said, guys, I want to go naked on the chart, guys. On the chart. No indicators, no lines, no nothing. I'm going to naked on the chart. God, why did chat just start going really fast when I said that? You guys are crazy. Oh, God. Anyway, I'm just going to try to ignore chat for a second. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What is on my hat here, guys? This is a brand new hat. I can't be marking it up. But taking a look here, guys, the weekly money flow starting to round off a little bit here. However, you can see we obviously got rejected with our VWAP at that zero line, right? This is a little bit, as of right now, it is a little bit more bearish. Once we print another weekly candle in about 3 days and 3 hours, we will know a little bit more about what this VWAP is going to do. But as of right now, VWAP rejecting, money flow starting to round off, nothing too aggressive just yet. I would lean neutral / bearish on the weekly as of right now until we start to get that VWAP rolling up. Coming on down to the 6-day. Now, this is interesting, right? VWAP, I mean, this VWAP has been below the zero line for quite some time, but we are starting to get a little bit of rounding bottom here. You guys know we love rounded bottoms on this channel, but, you know, you can see the VWAP starting to curve up here just a little bit, going towards that zero line. Money flow also cruising to the upside, looking for a crossover into the green. And, I mean, that's about as close as money flow gets to crossing over into the green. So that would be more of a bullish sign than a bearish sign. Coming on down to the 5 hour. Now, we are getting some mixed signals here, at least on the higher time frames, guys. Money flow on the 5-day, absolutely dumping, right? Well, looking for a crossover into the red. However, VWAP, also been below that zero line for quite some time, is likely going to roll up here pretty soon. And if we do get that VWAP to roll up and cross over into the green, over the zero line and print one of those green dots, we could see a little support, but money flow definitely looking bearish on the 5-day. The 4-day VWAP, kind of the same thing, been below that zero line for quite some time. Money flow kind of neutral, nothing to really take away from the 4-day. Your 3-day money flow is still coming out. Your 2-day money flow is starting to curve back up. And your daily money flow, still not looking great here, guys. Still coming straight out on the daily. So indicators are a little bit foggy right now as we are getting some mixed signals. However, you guys know, actually, let's check on the 4-hour real quick because this was another time frame we were looking at. As you guys know, we were looking for this little fake out into the green. We were expecting this to be a fake out because as we crossed into the green, we also had the VWAP coming down, and we were actually, this played out perfectly. We were expecting to actually get this VWAP to move to the downside and come fake out into the green, and then actually get a, as this VWAP crossed over, looking for money flow to get ripped back into the red, which is why we were actually looking to short this local golden pocket in the premium Discord, because we knew we were likely going to put in a lower high here and wind up coming back down and have the money flow come back into the red here. VWAP on the 4-hour also still rolling over. You know, short-term bearish, but nothing really too crazy here. It's really the money flow that's got me feeling a little more bearish there. But as you guys know, Dave, keep him under control in the chat, Dave. Let's go. But with that being said, guys, I do just kind of want to cover this in a more simple manner, right? I am still leaning a little bit bearish until we see certain things happen. But again, with money flow in the red on the daily, and especially the fact that it is still, especially because of the fact that it is still coming out pretty aggressively here, that is going to be, that's going to kind of leave me at my same sentiment that I had yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before, which is basically the same sentiment I've had since about May 7th, the beginning of May, right? Because once we broke this value area high, guys, we expected to move all the way down to our value area low, which we got. And then we got a slight move to the upside, but we had money flow crossing over into the red. And as this money flow on the daily crossed over into the red, this is where I was saying, hey, we shorted this move up here all the way to the value area low. And then once we got to the value area low, that is basically where we were thinking, hey, this downtrend is likely to continue, and if we're going to break this range to the downside, this money flow crossover into the red might be the thing to do it, which is why we were looking to short any lower highs that we were getting. This was actually what I meant to circle. When we got this move up, we were looking to short this lower high on this purple box. We almost hit our level to the exact dollar, but we missed it by about $2 or something. Not quite sure. We wicked up a little bit above that purple box, but we were looking for shorts at this level because money flow was in the red, so we expected to put in a lower high. I think I might have said a higher low before. Lower high here, and the reason we were expecting that was because our money flow crossed over into the red, which indicates the longer-term trend. So any of these green dots that were going to give us a move to the upside like this daily bull div gave us, we were expecting to short that lower high because of the way money flow looked. Now, I, again, am keeping that same sentiment because money flow is continuing to come to the downside pretty aggressively. Let me go ahead and zoom in on that real quick. Let's see, right? Still coming straight out. So I am going to maintain my more bearish in the short-term sentiment, right? On top of that, guys, also, money flow on the 2-day is another reason why I am actually still leaning a little bit bearish. However, VWAP coming up here, right? So we are likely going to print a 2-day green dot here pretty soon. And this is kind of hard, right? This is kind of hard because not only, let's talk about kind of the bullish case. That's why I'm still leaning bearish. But now I want to talk about kind of the things that I need to see in order to actually kind of flip more bullish in the long term. And it lies on the daily time frame as well as the 2-day, which is funny because those are the two things that are making us feel bearish, but it's those actual time frames that we need to see change to flip bullish. So here's the deal. This is a little bit hard to call because depending on what indicator you're looking at, right? Let's take a look at the RSI. I actually haven't done this yet, but I do just kind of, okay, so we don't really have it on the RSI. Interesting. But really what I'm watching here, guys, is the daily bullish divergence that we could potentially get here on Market Cipher B. Now, we have our higher lows on our momentum waves, as you can see. We got that smooth move to the upside. I guess it's not really smooth, but we got that kind of, smooth lower highs. We got a low, higher lows. We have a low, a higher low, and now we could be potentially putting in another higher low on the daily. However, the 4-hour looks like it might roll over here, right? So if this 4-hour red dot could potentially give us a big move to the downside, maybe back into this blue box. Now, this is, I'll be honest with you, a little bit of a stretch, but not impossible, right? If we can get that 4-hour to push us down, have money flow come back out here, have that VWAP crossover, give us the red dot, which may actually wind up being a blood diamond with that tight little trigger wave right here. However, if we are able to get another move down here, back down to this blue box, we could potentially put in a lower low on our daily, giving us another drive of bullish divergence with Market Cipher B and the price action, giving us the lower lows on the price action with our higher lows on our momentum waves. And if this were to happen, guys, that would actually be a pretty bullish setup, in my opinion, as we would be coming back down to key support, and we would be putting in that bullish divergence, which would likely give us a big move to the upside. However, we are not getting that quite yet. But that's kind of what I am looking at. It could be something that may pop up in the next day or so if we are able to get another move back down. And if so, that is kind of where I would be looking for a serious long position down here to potentially get a big bounce off of this level, get back into our value area range between these levels of about 26,000, between about 26,500 and about 28.8K, right, or 28.7K. And then once we get back above this value area low and hold it as support, we can expect a potential move back up to this value area high at that price I just mentioned. So that is kind of what I'm looking at as far as the bullish case, right? Like if we were to see that, like that would make me flip a little bit more bullish. But I am going to still, as of right now, until we get that bull div, or, if we get that bull div, it's not like a lot of times, guys, I will look at a daily bullish divergence or any kind of bullish divergence and say, like, hey, once that green dot prints, that's going to give us our bull div. That is not necessarily the case here. And again, it is a little bit dicey because, yeah, the green dot would technically be printing on this candle, which is not a lower low, right? This is actually a slightly higher low, right? So I would really like to see another candle come back down in here to give us a true lower low on price. So it is not, I want to be clear, not one of those cases that if this daily green dot prints later tonight in about an hour and 55 minutes, or if we see it print tomorrow or whatever, we need to get that lower low on price action. And again, it is a little dicey, right? Because we almost printed a bull div when the wave was right here as we were coming back up. We actually started printing that green dot here, giving us the bull div because we did have the lower lows on these candles. However, this div would actually come in on these candles, so I would like to see those candles come back down. So it is a little bit confusing and a little bit dicey there, but that is really what I would prefer to see to go, very long at these levels. And then again, if we were able to get that and get a big move back into this range and then hold that value area low, at that point, if we did get that in the next few days, that could open up or give the weekly room to start curving back to the upside with the money flow and the VWAP, in which case we might also see the daily money flow and the 2-day money flow start to come up as well. And if we were to see that, that would kind of make me flip a little bit more bullish. Now, there is one more thing. Rob the Crypto Snob, I'm telling you right now, those emojis, for some reason, it's almost like I can hear them. Those the stop sign emoji thing is like the second they come up, my eyes shoot to chat. It's crazy. But Rob the Crypto Snob said, "Yo, boss, the most important woman in your life is in the chat." Mama Candles in the chat. Let's see. Oh God, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to find her name. Oh, okay. Wait, hang on, Rob. Never mind. I didn't realize you sent those emojis multiple times. Maybe they don't stand out as much as I thought. Let's see. The most important woman in my life is in chat. Mama Candles? Oh, no. Is it Mama Candles? Spit in the fire. Shout out to Buck. Let's see. I don't even see Mama Candles. Where's she at? Maybe it's not Mama. Is it Mrs. Candles? Oh, no. Oh, no. I hope Mrs. Candles didn't hear me say that. But Mrs. Candles, my mother's got to be the most important woman in my life. Come on. I don't even see anybody. It's probably because they're way up here. I don't know whether to shout out my mom or Mrs. Candles. I don't think it's Mrs. Candles because I think Mrs. Candles is a mod. Shout out to the most important woman in my life. Let's see. Crypto Billy. Oh, God, wait. Boy. Yo, who is here? Who is the most important woman in my life? Oh, it's Mrs. Candles. Oh, no. Oh, Mama Candles. Hi, Mom. Wait, what is going on? It's telling me I can't write in my own chat because I'm not subscribed to the channel. That's quite strange because I'm on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel account, which is very strange. Oh, there we go. Dave Digital said link of pity. Shout out to my mom, Mama Candles, guys. Show Mama Candles some love in the chat. I bet you guys probably were while I didn't see it. But shout out to my mom. Hi, Mom. I miss you. I hope I see you soon. I am not afraid to tell my mom I love her in front of hundreds of people on the internet, guys. I love you, Mom. You raised a good son. Look at that. I'm not ashamed, Ma. I'm not ashamed. I'm Italian. I'm a mama's boy. What do you want, guys? What do you want? Hey, it's in my blood, all right? You know, who made my meatballs all my whole life? The sauce. My mother created the sauce that you guys like. So shout out to my mother. Let's go. Oh, God. Yeah, I got banned from my own YouTube channel. I don't know what happened. Yo, Dave Digital said I had to time you out for spamming. Hey, Dave, I appreciate you. I appreciate you keeping chat under control, bro. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, Mom's rule, dude. Absolutely bullish on parade. Absolutely. Hi, Mom. Tony D says, at Linda, come visit us. Let's go. Yeah, Ma, come visit. Come visit. We got the guest room. You can come stay with us. Mom has the sauce. Let's go. Mama Candles, let's go. Everybody showing love to Mama Candles. I love it. Let's get it. Candle Mafia loves you, Mom. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got a whole mafia behind us, Ma. Don't worry. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue back to the charts. But I do just kind of want to point out the next big thing that I'm really looking at, guys. And I don't think did I say this in the beginning? Probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight, guys. Price action's kind of boring. I'm going to go over all the important stuff. We're still going to take a look at the altcoins. But I do have some stuff I want to work on for tomorrow. We will be releasing Let me know if you guys saw the millionaire script that I did for OP. And if you guys like that, we're going to be putting out on Sunday, a little Sunday sauce. We're going to be putting out another one of those videos, which is basically how many X do you need to be a millionaire. But I'm not going to tell you what coin it's on, but I'm going to be telling you how much, we're going to be kind of speculating, doing some moon math, and letting you guys know how much of an altcoin you need to be a millionaire. So check that out on Sunday, but I do have some other stuff I need to get done because I want to put out some content over the weekend. We also have some shorts that we want to do. So I want to use this boring price action as an opportunity to end the live stream slightly early just to go finish up that stuff. But I'm going to give you guys the sauce first. And the sauce lies on the weekly time frame, guys. Coming back to the weekly, I want to go ahead and turn on that 200-week moving average. And this is going to be on top of that daily bull div. Now, I want to point out that the daily bull div can happen in a very messy manner, right? So, we can kind of bounce around here. We can even, have this momentum wave come down, back up, get rejected, right, and then come back down, and we could wind up putting on a bull div like this. It could be messy, but on top of that daily bullish divergence, and I didn't mention this, on the 2-day, we may be able to actually get this as well. Now, this is also would need a lower low on the candle. However, we could potentially get that set up on the 2-day as well, but it does look a little less likely because this 2-day does look like it wants to print a green dot. So I do just want to say, shout out to Joe. Yo, who is this? Shout out to Joe Mama. Shout out to Joe Mama said, word to your mother. Word to your mother. Shout out to Joe Mama. Shout out to you, bro. I don't know who that is, but shout out to you. We will not tolerate short streams unless it's Christmas or your wedding. Dave Digital, I apologize. We will be doing the whole 2-hour stream. But anyway, shout out to Dave Digital. Continuing on. I do just want to point out this green dot on the 2-day would be kind of your other bullish case here. If we print that green dot, it is likely that we may get another move to the upside. So things are looking like they kind of want to skirt back to the upside, but it's just too soon for me to really hammer home. I would say I would say this, guys. I was leaning very bearish, right? And that had played out very, very well as we shorted this top, and we actually shorted this top as well. However, I will say I am kind of going from like bearish and like now I'm starting to like come up like a little closer to neutral, right? I'm like still a little bearish, but very quickly approaching neutral. And then eventually we could see some of those bullish signals kind of start to confirm and print. Then I would start to push a little bit more to the bearish sign. So I would say I'm a little bit more in the neutral area right now rather than just like really hammering home, shorting those lower highs. If we print this 2-day green dot and get a big move up, I may be less likely to short those lower highs depending on what the money flow on the daily looks like. However, really what you guys need to be looking at is the 200-week moving average. We talked about this last night with Crypto Lifer, and this is something we've been looking at on the channel for a while now, and we were talking about when we were losing this 200-week moving average, saying like, hey, if we close weekly candles below this moving average, it would be very bearish for Bitcoin. Now, if we wind up closing weekly candles below that 200-week, I will flip long-term bearish. Not long-term, but like more medium to long-term bearish rather than just short-term bearish, right? Because if we close weekly candles below this 200-week, chances are we are going to decisively lose this range and then potentially come back into this older range that we were trading in between about 25K and about 21.3, right? And then this low down here is about 19.5. But the actual range does not come all the way down to 19.5. That was a deviation from the range, but I'll show you guys that more closely in a second. But if we wind up closing weekly candles down here, I flip long-term bearish. However, even if we get a move down here, like over the weekend, on Friday, tomorrow, and Saturday, we get some kind of a big dump down to these levels, just understand, as long as we can get a strong bounce back above these levels, this is not what it would look like on the weekly. On the weekly, it would just look like this. But if we could get a strong bounce and actually go ahead and close that weekly candle still above that 200-week moving average, that would be bullish in my opinion, right? And then I would, at that point, a lot of the time frames would probably start rolling back to the upside, and there would be a good chance that, we may wind up flipping a little bit more bullish, in which case we can start looking at some higher targets. Once we get accepted back into this range, we can start to target that value area high, again, coming in at around 28.8K. Now, I do just want to, let me go ahead and clear this. Just going to pull up the clean chart here so it's a little easier to see, right? So, again, just to kind of hammer this home, guys, this is just to keep it simple. This is really what you need to be looking at, right? I'm going to unextend that. we're just looking at price in terms of ranges, right? So we have this range down here, this more local range down here, and then we have this bigger range up here. Go ahead and pull that like that. And we are starting to, we're trying to hold this level, right? We're trying to get back above that value area high, and it also depends on it depends on which exchange you're looking at, right? Because on Femex, you could see here, we are actually, now this is why I'm saying that, what is today's Bitcoin teetering on the edge, right? Because we're at a little bit of a weird time here, guys, and this comes around about once a month where there's a time where Bitcoin's just being weird, right? Because on Femex, we are getting we got to move out of the range, and now we are potentially bearishly retesting that value area low, which we would potentially, expect a little bit of a move down off of that. However, you come up to the Bitstamp chart, and this would actually looks a little more bullish, where we got back into the range, and we have now tested it bullishly, in which case, this is where you start to expect a potential move to the upside, back up to, again, 28.8K, which is your range high. So the mixed signals are out there, guys. I will be honest, that's kind of why I'm starting to flip neutral, because things are looking a little less mega bearish, and but they're not like clearly very bullish either, right? So it's kind of a gray, murky day where I am kind of neutral. And again, if both charts were showing us break above this level and hold it as support, I would be bullish. But the fact that our Femex chart is bearishly retesting, it is a little bit confusing, right? So really what I'm watching, guys, again, is going to be more in the longer term. And today has been a very, very boring day, right? If you come down to the 12-minute, I mean, guys, talk about flat price action. I mean, just nothing has happened today, just gone straight sideways. Other than that little tiny move up, right? At least a little move up we got this morning, and we basically just ate it all back up, and now we're just kind of going sideways. So again, kind of what I'm really looking at here, guys, is going to be that 200-week moving average. If we close above it, that is very bullish in my opinion. If we close below it, that would be more bearish. Now, again, what happens if we lose that 200-week moving average? If we do, I will start to target some of these lower levels. Now, again, it does vary depending on what exchange you're looking at. But some of those key levels I would be looking at would be, I'm going to pull up the Femex chart for this, really would be those next levels right here at about 24, between about 24.3 and 24.4 is kind of that next major level I would be looking at. Between about like 24.4 and 24.3. And now this is an important level, guys. This isn't just some random level that I found and I think is going to be strong. This is the value area high of our previous range, right? So if we wind up actually nuking down and we wind up breaking that 25.3 level that we came down and tested just on the 6th, if we lose these levels, guys, I will be looking down to the value area high of this range. Now, that is going to be a very, very key level, because if we wind up coming down, breaking below this level, coming down here, and if we lose this level, guys, that is where I think it is much more likely to get a move back into this range, and that could potentially break us down. The point of control of that range is at 23.4. The point of control on Bitstamp is slightly different, closer to about $23,000 even, but that is just going to depend on what exchange you're looking at and what exchange you're trading on. I trade on Femex, so I tend to look at the Femex chart. Sometimes I look at the Bybit chart because that tends to have the most volume, but all in all, the differences are not that big between exchanges. I get that question a lot, like, why do you look at this exchange? Why do you look at this exchange? And it really varies, right? Truth is, I look at kind of all the charts, right, because they're all different. I like to see how they vary, right? But for the most part, there's not that big of a difference. But these are some of the levels I would look for to the downside if we do wind up getting a bigger move down. I'm actually going to mark this out with a white box just to kind of separate it, right? This is going to be our next value area high. Value area in general that we are likely to come back down and visit. So I'll just go ahead and highlight that. You have your value area high right up here at 24.4, 24.3 is kind of the level I would look at. And then let me just go ahead and label it value area high, right? And then we're just looking at the ranges, guys. Remember, we look at the market in terms of ranges. Why is there no POC? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, God. Is this mouse going to wind up giving me trouble again? Unbelievable. This mouse is going to be the death of me, guys. But let me just go ahead and label this value area low once the mouse stops freaking out. All right. I thought Logitech was a good company, guys. What happened to Logitech? It's falling apart. But anyway, here you go, right? These are the next 3 levels I would be looking at, right? If we get that breakdown, if we lose that 25-3 level, if we are going to see the bearish case play out, I will look for a move down to this value area high. And then once we lose it, again, we're already kind of bearish there as long as we were closing that weekly candle below the 200-week moving average, just so you guys can see what that looks like on the weekly, right? This is kind of what I'm looking at. Turn back on that moving average. We can't look at it because it's on the Femex chart. There's not enough price history to show it. But this is basically what I'm expecting, right? The 200-week moving average is coming in. Let's look at the Bitstamp chart real quick just to find it. 200-week moving average is coming in at about, 26.4, 26.5, around that area. So let's go ahead and find that over here, 26.4, 26.5. Yeah, I mean, it's basically if we lose this range and start closing weekly candles below this range, that's where I flip more bearish, and I would expect price to actually hunt out at least the value area high coming in at 24.4. 24.444 is the level that I've been looking at, but, depending on what exchange, again, you're looking at, 24.3 will be another key level to look at. But once you close that weekly candle, I will look for a move to the downside. Losing this value area high would make me expect that the POC, and likely, once we lose this high, guys, we are expecting price to get a move down to your value area low, right? It is going to be more likely than not that we do wind up seeing that value area low come in, which is actually, I don't know why was that so off? Oh, it's because we're on the weekly chart. That's why. Right? Let's see. Or no. Yeah, that is why. But that is basically what I'm looking at, guys. And again, I hate to say it, guys. We're right back. We're right back in this boring range, right? Like we're just back to the same TA that we were doing 2 weeks ago, which is basically looking for a potential move down to these levels. If not, looking to get accepted into this range and get a move up to the value area high of that range at 28.8K, right? Or 28.5 on this exchange. So that's basically it, guys. We're really just looking to hold 26.5, right? 26.6, 26.5, basically looking to hold that value area low. If we can close that weekly candle above this level, that is going to basically make it more likely that we get accepted into the range and get a move up. If not, I will be looking for the move down, and then these are the key levels that we're watching, right? On the upside and the downside. That is exactly what we're looking at. Like I said, I am a little bit more neutral today, so I'm just going to give you straight up the bullish case and the bearish case. Bullish case, close above this level, get a move up to the value area high, and if things start looking good, potentially even get a bigger move beyond that. I talked about this in my market update today. That could potentially wind up giving us a bigger move to the upside, potentially targeting these lows from this previous range that we traded in at about between 32.8, 33K is really the round number there. That could wind up giving us a move out of this range into 33K. But again, really we got to wait for the weekly candle close, guys. That's really what I'm waiting for on here. So there you go, guys. That's kind of the long and the short of it. In the words of Ben Armstrong, or the one and only Bit Boy, that's the long and the short of it, guys. I mean, that's it. Like, it's a neutral day. Really waiting for that candle close. As of right now, I'm neutral, right? So those are the levels to the upside and kind of how the things I'm looking at to kind of spot if the bullish case will play out. And then again, now you guys have that line in the sand to look at. If we close that weekly candle below the 200 week, you'll be like, okay, this is not good. We are likely going to continue this downtrend to the downside, right? And just coming up to these higher time frames, right? Like, we've already put in our low, our lower high, our lower low, our lower high, and our lower low, right? So, again, if we confirm this candle down here, it's going to be another lower low, which would be bearish market structure, which would be a downtrend, which would be more bearish, right? So there you go. I did see some super chats come in, guys. I'm going to refresh the stream here real quick because it said the viewers are the same exact number as they. Oh, that's why I got. Who is it? Someone tried to log into the YouTube and they kicked me out, guys. They kicked me out. Bear with me here. Bear with me. I got kicked out of my own show. I got kicked out of my own channel. You believe this? You believe this? I bet it was that guy, Tony D. You guys know Tony D? Biggest, he's the biggest scammer out there. I'm just kidding, guys. Tony's actually one of the best-hearted people you'll ever meet. But anyway, okay, 621 people. It was stuck at 484 forever, and I was like, this is not updating. But let's continue on. Close below the 200 EMA, or the 200 moving average. Massive fake out, shorts get wrecked, and we moonshot. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility as well, Darren, 100%. That could definitely, and to be honest, Yeah, it's really hard to say. I mean, this money flow is all over the place. Like crossing over into the green on the 6-day, completely nuking on the 5-day. But your VWAP's coming up. Very, very confusing market right now. Risky business if you're learning how to trade right now. This is a sketchy market to learn how to trade in. Yeah, obviously you want to watch out for fake outs, but we have to wait to assess that situation when we get there. But as of right now, a close below the 200-week, in my opinion, is definitely going to be more bearish than anything. And then we just have to be aware of that fake out. Shout out to Darren. It's good that you brought that up. We just have to be aware of that once you get that close, right? I don't know if we're going to get the close or not. We got to wait a few more days. Let's see. Let's go ahead and cover these super chats, guys. I did miss a couple super chats. I don't want to leave them hanging there. So let's go ahead and cover them. Shout out to Raul Salas says, "What's up, Frankie? If you can check out Matic today." Yes, I can. I 100% can check out Matic. Let's add it to the list. Rob, let's see. Shout out to Tomlinson Farming for joining the muscle. Let's go. Welcome to the Mafia, my friend. Thank you for being here. Joe Mama, we already read that. Shout out to Joe Mama. Clinton Query says, "Coming through Georgia next Friday. You ready? And we're in a falling channel." Hey, shout out to Clinton Query, bro. If you're coming near the Hit Factory, bro, feel free to stop in and say what's up. Email info@hitnetwork.com, and I think you can schedule a time to tour the studio. And your boy will be hanging out there with the Bit Squad, so you can come say hi, and we can meet you in person. That'd be super cool. Shout out to Clinton Query. He's been around here for a while. I'd love to meet you in person, bro. Come by. But I think you do have a schedule of time, though, so just hit up info@hitnetwork.com. Shout out to Satoshi Yoshi. What is going on, bro? Said, "Just wanted to show my support. Keep the sauce coming. I'm building my lasagna." Let's go. Shout out to Satoshi Yoshi. Listen, guys, you can get the sauce from me, but it doesn't mean that you can't make your own lasagna with my sauce. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a strategy you like, but you like the sauce too, but it's not all for you, you could just take a little bit of the sauce and put it on your strategy, or your lasagna, as I like to call it. Put it on your gabagool. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't really put sauce on gabagool, I don't think. But anyway, shout out to Satoshi Yoshi. Thank you for that comment, bro. I appreciate you. Hawkeye Crypto Mining Company said, "Frankie Candles, my dude. Love the energy. Keep coming." Shout out to Hawkeye. Oh, I said Hawkeye. Hawkeye is another member here. It's just Hawk Crypto Mining Company. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for that super chat. And thanks for the nice comment. It goes a long way. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said, "You're a super chat." Dave Digital, you're a super chat. You're two super chats. You're $100 super chat to me, Dave. You're $100 super chat. You're that fine wine. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dave. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on. That's basically what I am looking at on Bitcoin. And again, Yeah, that's basically how I'm feeling, guys. Again, like, we're just back to the last 2 weeks of TA here, as we are back in this disgustingly boring range. So there you go. But if you guys actually, we're going to wind up doing the whole show. Dave, dang it, Dave. Now we're doing the whole show. I'm kidding. I am going to try to hop off a little early. But, guys, with that being said, I'm going to check out Ethereum. I'm going to check out XRP. And then if you guys want to see your altcoin, go ahead and spam them in chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob will go ahead and count up the votes and let me know what alts we're looking at. Go ahead and go. Spam them. Now, go. Bing bong. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, guys. Let me pull chat back up. 593 people still in here. Excuse me. Shout out to all you guys watching right now. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. We're going to be doing a big giveaway this week. Let's see. What is it? A studio. Shout out to Stephen Atwell. Let's see. Keep on keeping on. Shout out to Green Day Profits. I feel like I'm putting the Frankie sauce on ramen noodles, and my results are a little meh until I upgrade my noodles. Shout out to Blake. Well, hey, you might be able to get some noodles from us. Well, first off, you got to call it pasta, or macaroni, really, is what you should call it. That's your first upgrade right there. You got to go from noodles to macaroni, and you'll start hitting those trades. Not financial advice. All right, there we go. There's the alts popping in. Let's get it. Hi and J. Let's shout out to INJ. Matic, we do not want some new video. We want live Frankie with a sprinkle of live Mafia chat. I mean, we could put that video out, and then we could turn it into a premiere, and then get that live chat. Hey, Dave, not a bad idea. Maybe we'll test that out. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? But let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Let's go ahead and pull up that TA and see what we are working with. Okay. So, actually, let's pull up this Ethereum. Okay. So, this is basically what we're looking at, guys. Let me get rid of these fibs. Don't forget to delete your fibs. But anyway, guys, Hey, shout out to Highly Trained, said from the Lifer community. Hey, shout out to Highly Trained. Thanks for coming over and spending some time with the Mafia. I think we do have a lot of cross-pollination between the Lifers and the Mafia. You gotta love it. Two great communities for sure. So shout out to you, man. Thank you for showing love. I appreciate you very much, man. Let's see, macaroni and straight cheddar, baby. Let's get it. But yeah, guys, taking a look at Ethereum, still just within this range, right? And again, we talked about how we came up to the value area, got a bearish retest of a local golden pocket, came down, came back up, right to the POC. And again, this is a beautiful lesson on the volume profiles because you go from the low, and again, the reason this is so clean is because price action is messy, right? This is why it's such a good teaching opportunity because with the volume profiles, if you're not familiar with the volume profile, I will just look at the fixed range volume profile here. If you are new here, pay attention because this is probably the most value you're going to get on this live stream. If you're new, this will teach you something 100% if you don't already know about it. This is the volume profile. This is a fixed range volume profile specifically, and all that means is that this tool allows you to select an area of candles, and it analyzes the volume, giving you 3 key levels of support and resistance, essentially pointing out the range to you. And with this information, you can now see where you are likely going to reject and where you are likely going to bounce. And with these volume profiles, obviously you get deviations at times. However, more often than not, when you get rejected back below the value area high, which is simply just the high of your range, it is much more likely once you get back into the range that the next stop for price is likely going to be the point of control, which is this middle line here. All the point of control is the middle of your range. It is also the area where the most volume was transacted. So you can see all this volume pointing out very, very far. The further out this volume is pointed, the stronger the level is. And their point of control will always be the highest volume node. Each one of these is called a node. This is a high volume node. This is a high volume node. This is the highest volume node, also known as the point of control. Another somewhat high volume node. And then you can see these are not really high volume nodes. And then you also have gaps within the volume profile. So right here, you have a gap or a low volume node, which is obviously just the opposite of a high volume node. Now, these are important for another reason. I don't want to confuse anybody, especially if you're new, but all you need to know is that this volume profile gives you a value area low, a point of control, and a value area high. And the way these work is once you get accepted back below your value area high, it is then believed that it is likely that you're going to get accepted back into the range, and the next likely stop for price is going to be your next value area level, which in this case is your point of control, and will always be that case because the point of control is typically in the middle, always in the middle, right? So you come down, reject your value area high, now you're expecting to come to your POC, price comes right down to it, and then you're also expecting, once you get below this value area high, that you will eventually get back down to the low. However, you have a level of support here, so you have to expect some kind of turbulence in the middle like we got here, but then again, we did come right back down to the low. So now at this point, you are sitting here at the value area low, you tap it to the dollar, now you're expecting the exact opposite. You're expecting to go to the POC and then the value area high, which obviously we came right up to the POC here. This is a beautiful way to trade. You could take partial profits at this level, and then we wound up hanging out on this POC for ever, came back up, came back down, but if you held out and had patience, you eventually finally came back up to the value area high. And that's how the value areas work, and that's why it is a very, very reliable system when trading, because you know once you get below this value area high, you're likely to come to the low, obviously accounting for some turbulence in the middle, and then when you come to the low, you're expecting to come back to the high with turbulence in the middle, right? And then this is particularly painful turbulence. This is just like you would have had to sit here forever before you came to the high. And now what is happening, guys? You came back to the high, so what are we expecting? We got rejected, and now we are expecting, obviously, price action is messy, right? But what happened? We came right down to that POC. Even though you had this mess, right? You still rejected the value area high. You trust your TA, right? And obviously, you can use other confirmations, but you're expecting to get visited to the POC next. And now we are also kind of expecting to come back down to the value area low, right? Just based off the rules of the volume profile, that's what you would expect to happen. It doesn't play out 100% of the time, but it is right more than it's wrong, right? And trading is just a game of probability. So that is basically That's a little bit of sauce on the volume profile for anybody new here. If you're new here and you got value, or if you're older here and you got value, and I'm not talking about age, I'm talking about your mafia status, however long you've been in the streams for, hit me with a hashtag value. But if you're new, hit me with the hashtag new value. So I know that you're new here and you learned something from us just now. I try to provide as much free value as possible. My goal here is to teach you guys as much about trading for free. Right? I want to be a free resource where people come to learn how to be better traders, right? So with that being said, what are we expecting here? We rejected the value area high. We are expecting to eventually get back down to that low. But again, doesn't mean it's 100% going to happen. However, your 4-hour is rolling back over. Could that potentially bring us back down to that POC and then eventually a value area low? Definitely possible, but not guaranteeable. But that's basically what I would be expecting just based off the volume profile, and your 4-hour money flow is just crossed over into the red, even though it's coming back up here. Kind of the same idea as yesterday or a couple of days ago. The VWAP is coming down. So once you print that red dot, money flow will likely drag back down into the red. That's at least my prediction for now, right? So with that being said, that's basically what I would expect out of Ethereum, right? Taking a look at your daily. Money flow coming out on the daily. You're not in the red here. Ethereum has been holding up very, very well, to be 100% honest with you guys. But your money flow is generally flowing to the downside. VWAP starting to get rejected at that 0 line as well. So again, kind of would lean neutral bearish on Ethereum as of right now. Your 2-day VWAP is rolling back up. 3-day red dot is printing with money flow starting to come out. Your 4-day money flow, red dot confirmed. Money flow kind of coming up. I will say, guys, red dot printing on your 5-day. Indicators are kind of a mess, guys. Money flow flying up on your 6-day, but your 5, yeah. Ethereum looks much better than Bitcoin. I will say that. But your next key level of support to the downside in this case would be the point of control. And then if we lose that, I would expect a potential move down to the level of about 1737. Now, if we pull up our visible range volume profile, which is the same exact tool, except all this does is analyze the volume of the candles visible on the screen, right? So this volume profile is only analyzing the candles that are highlighted. This volume profile is analyzing all the candles on the chart, right? But you can see here, once you lose this point of control, remember I just mentioned those low volume nodes or those volume gaps, right? They are the opposite of high volume nodes. When you have a high volume node like this, you would expect to get support on top of that high volume node, just like here. This high volume node you would expect to bounce off of, right? Or reject off of, depending on if you're above or below it. However, the low volume nodes are the exact opposite. You would expect to fall through the low volume gaps like there is nothing holding you up, right? So this is basically, if we wind up breaking this point of control and we cannot get back above it, we may start to fall down to the value area low very quickly because of the lack of volume here. You would fall through this like it's a big, nothing but air, nothing holding you up. You have none of these shelves holding you up that you can bounce off of. There's just a big goose egg underneath you. There's nothing to bounce off. You're just going to fly right through it. And your value area low is likely to give you some kind of support. However, your next high volume node isn't really down here until 1674. So I don't know if you're going to get down to 1674, but I'm just saying if you lose that point of control, it's going to be likely that you get a quick move down to your value area low at about 1740. All right, let's see. Crypto Lady and Crypto Gent in the chat. Coincidence? I think not, Dave. I think not. Shout out to Dave Digital. Crimson Cipriano, what is going on, bro? Shout out to you. Says, smash that like the Hulk. Let's go. Hulk, smash that like button. Let's go. Bing bong. Shout out to you guys. I don't know why I'm like this, guys. I apologize. Let's see. Crash said, Frankie the Sauce Man Candles. If Ben goes into the top 20, what would the price be? Please and thank you. Shout out to Crash. Let's see if we can actually do that. But guys, that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking on. I almost said Bencoin. On Ethereum, maybe the next Ethereum. Bencoin, maybe the next Ethereum. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't know. But let's see. What are we going to? What am I looking for? What is that website that we use? Why can't I think of the name? Not priceprediction.net. That's not it. I don't know. That's not even a website, I don't think. What is it called? What is the website, guys? Not CoinMarketCap. Oh, my God. Coin Perspective. Good Lord. I don't know why I could not think of that. Coin Perspective. CandleMafia.com. Here we go. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know. Do they have like every coin, or is it like, are they going to have Ben? Oh, they do. Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, let's go. Okay, shout out to Coin Perspective, guys. Real quick, I'm going to do this before we jump into the other alts. But here we go. So they said if it goes up into the top 20, what would the price for Ben coin be? So I would need like circulating supply information. All right, let's see. We could try to do this for you. Okay, so let's say they say, what if Ben coin goes into the top 20? So let's assume that it's just coin number 20, right? Let's say, we'll say it's coin number 20 as far as ranked number 20 from market cap, right? So right now, Leo is number 20 here, and the market cap is $3.28 billion. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that market cap, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it right here. So there you go. Now let's see. Let me look up Ben coin real quick on Coin Market Cap. Whoops. Come on. Okay. Boom. All right. Let's see. Okay. So what is the current? Let me see here. Why can't I see all the information here? Okay, circulating supply, 420. Okay. So yeah, I don't know all of the exact mechanics of Ben coin, but this is assuming a market cap of 420.69, which was definitely done on purpose. I have to assume, right? You can only assume that. That's the market cap. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, okay, so it's just got that already. All right, sorry about that, guys. So anyway. For those of you who knew the circulating supply and was like, it's already in there and already read this, it would put the market cap at $3.3 billion, and one Ben would be worth 0.00000, however many zeros this is, 782. And it would be about 102x. So there you go. That is, there you go. There's the pampementos. There's the pampementos for Ben coin, guys, right there. If we hit the top 20, number 20 ranked by market cap, and the market cap is indeed $3.287 billion, which is what the number 20 market cap coin is right now, with the right circulating supply, it would be 102x, and one Ben would be worth 5 zeros, 782, and it would be 102x. So there you go. Hopefully, let's see. Yeah, hopefully that clears up your question. Hey, Mafia, I just got here. Have I lost some sauce? Not at all, senor. You're here just in time. Let's go. Who's the volume profile by? The volume profile is just a tool on TradingView. So all you have to do is go to your indicators, type in. Actually, what I would do is go to technicals, click on. Oh, did they move this stuff around? That's annoying. Oh, profiles. There you go. So they used to say volume. So come on into your indicators and click profiles, and then you will see all of your volume profiles all right here. And then again, some of them, I believe the visible range is only for people who have a paid version of TradingView, but the fixed range volume profile, I believe, is free for every type of account, even free accounts. So there you go. You'll be able to know which ones you have available to you. So and then I have this new one, auto anchored volume profile, which maybe I'll make a video on that. But there you go. Should be able to get that for free. Mr. Blake said I can see that. Yeah. Should I sell my Solana? That's down from when I bought it at $22 and buy XRP. Only have 9K. But want to actually make money. Shout out to Alec. I can't tell you exactly what to. I can't. I cannot tell you what to do with your money. That is this is not financial advice. You have to make your own financial decisions. However, I'll tell you what I'm doing with my soul. I bought Solana right before. Let me pull it up real quick. I bought Solana. That's not what I want to look at. I bought Solana right before it basically went to zero. Let me go ahead and zoom out here. So yeah, I was buying Solana like all through here, accumulating, and then it went to zero. And by zero, I mean $8. But I'm holding mine, right? Like, I feel like Solana, I'm holding mine in hopes that we do get some kind of a pump and I can come out of the negative and actually recoup my money. I actually recouped my money by opening up a 3x pre-leveraged long position down here at $8 and rode it all the way back up, and I made all my money back plus some, but I am still technically underwater on my spot Solana, so I am holding it in hopes that we will get some kind of a pump back into the green. However, I am not, it's not like all my money, right? Like, it's not like if it doesn't come back, like, I'm still able to invest in other things. So just because I'm holding mine doesn't mean that you should hold yours, right? Because we're all in different situations, right? If Solana never came back and I lost that money for good, like, I still am able to buy other crypto. It's not my whole bag or anything like that. But that's what I'm doing, right? Like, I'm not expecting this to just go to zero. I think this could potentially come back at least a little bit above here so I can get my money back. But there you go. Hopefully that is some kind of insight into what I'm doing. But again, you got to make your own financial decisions. I am not a financial advisor. But let's go ahead and let's see. I got wrecked on ADA. Hoping it reaches the upper 30s. Listen, Cardano is a really good project. I do expect Cardano to do well in the next bull run. So yeah, at least, you know, if you're wrecked on ADA, like, you're holding a top project, right? It's not like you got wrecked on an S coin and or a meme coin that's never gonna come back, right? You're able to you're holding a legitimate coin with actual use case, and yeah, it's a good project. So be aware of that. But let's see. I've been on the sauce team since the stream started. Shout out to let's see, featuring Wig589. Candles coin. Shout out to Kevin's Awake. Solana will stick around. The NFT market will carry it. And hey, whether it's a good utility or not, what other blockchain has a phone? Good for marketing at least. Yeah, chemistry, bro. Good point, right? Like, I'm not expecting Solana to go to, like, absolute zero, right? Doesn't mean it can't. But I am holding my Solana, expecting in the next bull run to recoup my gains plus some. So hopefully that's good insight to you guys. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Did we get our altcoins yet? Let's see. Shout out to Liam. Says, awesome. Thanks, man. I don't know if you're thanking me or someone in chat, but no problem if you're thanking me. That's what I'm here for. Anything is possible in crypto. Absolutely. Now, did we get the altcoins? We must have, right? Let's see. Chemistry, bro. Thank you for letting me know coin perspective, bro. I could not think of it. Yeah, shout out to Rob, too. Right? You guys are on point, man. Let's see. Did we get Rob? If you got the alt, oh, there we go. Okay, thank you for that, Rob. Let's see. ETH, XRP, Matic. All right, let's take a look at XRP, guys. I was looking at XRP right before I hopped on the stream. If you guys are ever curious what I'm doing as you guys are in the waiting room for the stream, I'm usually like this, like, looking at the charts, like, oh, God, what are we going to talk about? Oh, my God. I'm just kidding, guys. Sometimes I'm eating. But anyway, let's see here, right? Again, what do we say, right? And again, I'm not bragging at all, right? I do this to teach, to give free value, right? What did we say last time we looked at XRP, or every time we've looked at XRP since all the way back here? Just looking at the value area. Again, back to the volume profile. This is a value area or a volume profile range, whatever you want to call it, right? I just deleted the tool and I marked out the levels manually so we don't have the volume here. However, this range is being pulled from back here, right? This is the actual volume profile I got this range from, but little trick of the trade, when you have a value area here with a value area high, a POC in the middle, and a value area low at the bottom, typically when you come back, right, obviously we left these prices, right? We left these levels and obviously nuked all the way down. But when you revisit that value area, right? Let me go ahead and get these close together. When you revisit that value area, typically those levels are respected, right? Those levels are respected right here, right? And then when you come back into that value area, right, once you get a back above that value area low, you can expect those levels to get respected again once you enter that range, right? So these levels are extrapolatable. Extrapolatable? Is that a word? I don't think so. But you can see here we got above that value area low from all the way back here in April. Got above that value area low, flipped it to support, got to move up to the high, right? Not quite to the value area high, but just about. And if that wasn't good enough, right, you flip this to support, came up towards the high. Price action's messy, but you did wind up getting up there, right? So you went from the low to the high, and then you came down, deviated from the high, and then we came back down to the low, flipped the low to support, back to the high, back to the POC. Now we could potentially expect it to come back down to the low unless we're going to absolutely rip out of here and they're going to win the lawsuit and we actually go to $250,000 for XRP. I'm just kidding. I don't think that will ever happen. I actually will never happen. But just trading in the range, guys. Once we're in this range, I am just trading this for a range, right? I am just looking for shorts at the highs, and if we come back down to the low, I will look for a long, right? And I will continually do this until it doesn't work, because eventually you're probably thinking like, well, hey, eventually that's not going to work, right, dude? Like XRP is not just going to range here forever. You're 100% right. However, whether you break to the upside or you break to the downside, by trading in this manner, by using this strategy, whatever way you break, you're likely going to be in a position from the opposite end of the range, right? So if we're looking for a long here and we came back up to the high and price broke out to go to higher prices, we are in a long from the bottom, right? And then if you break to the downside, right, if we're looking for shorts up here and we go short here and then price breaks down and nukes to the floor, we are in from the top, right? So this is basically how I trade, guys. So that is basically how I would trade this or treat this as long as we're in this value area. And I wouldn't expect anything different to happen until we actually deviate from this range and leave this value area. And that will likely happen with a massive pump or a massive dump. And until we wind up breaking out and flipping this value area high to support, I wouldn't expect a big move to the upside. Same thing to the downside. Now, what happens if we do wind up finally getting a breakout for XRP? You guys know that next level that we've been looking for or looking at is this level here at about 60 cents. Why? Why are we looking at 60 cents for XRP? The reason is almost the exact same reason we just looked at those other levels for. It is simply, let me get rid of this moving average, it's hideous. It is simply the value area low of a previous area of balance. Look at this massive range with your highs up here, your lows down here, back to the highs, back to the lows, and that creates another value area. That is just simply another range. We look at the markets in terms of ranges. The value area low of this range is 60 cents. So if we deviate from this range that we are trading in and we get a move to the upside, this would be your next major level of resistance. However, it would be very, very interesting because not only is it your major level of resistance, but it's also your doorway to higher prices, because if you could get above there and flip this to support, you could expect to come up higher into that range to your point of control, getting you into the 80-cent range. Now, and that is just like it's the same mechanics. It is just like how when we wound up leaving this area of balance and getting a big move up, a big level of resistance was this 50-cent level, 49-cent level, because it is the value area low of a previous range from back here. And we knew once we came up, if we broke above that level, if we knew it was going to be resistance, which it was, rejection, but we knew once we get above it, if we flip it to support, it would open up the possibility to not only come up to the middle or the point of control of the range, but also to the high of the range, right? So it's the same exact strategy, right? Now I don't even want to call it a strategy. It's like the same exact idea, right? It's like the same exact technique, right? So once you leave this area of balance, you're looking for this to be your key level of resistance. Maybe you get another rejection like it did on the lower levels. And then you get up here, flip it to support. That opens your door to come up to the point of control, again, coming in at about 84 cents. And if you can get above that, you would expect to move up to your value area high at about $1.30. Right? Now, that's moon math, right? That's like all the way back to prices that we were seeing in April of 2021. However, those are just the next major levels, right? I'm not saying we're going to get there tomorrow or next week or next month or 2 months or 3 months from now. I'm just saying that that's the next major level, right? And that's what you have to be looking for to expect that same level, right? Or expect that to play out. I don't know why I said same level. So there you go. Hopefully you guys are getting some value out of this live stream. Let's see. If Dave says, sell me your wife, would you listen to him as well? Creighton C. I don't know what's going on in chat, guys. I am absolutely lost. Insane. Moon math. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. A little bit of moon math. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, guys, while I'll take a little bit of a sip of the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water, which is not Celsius. It's Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Brand new flavor, guys. Okay. Guys, also, we got to light the candle. We didn't do the ceremonial candle lighting here. So let's do that before the candle gods get mad at us. Here we go. Light the candle. Light the candle. All right. Here we go. left a candle burning all day over the weekend, guys, and Mrs. Candles was not happy about it. She was not happy, but we are lit, guys. Candle gods, we got the candle going here. Got the candle going. Let's see. Oh, hey, shout out to Crypto Lady, said hashtag new value. I love that. New people. If you are new here, shout out to Rewired Deprogramming, said super value. Yeah, shout out. If you are new here, hit me with a hashtag new value. I'm actually going to hit you with a poll. Let's see. The polls are always a little dicey because we did not, I don't know, I can't really tell if people are clicking the right thing like they should be clicking. But if you are new, did you, I'm going to put a poll. Please react to this. And hit me with a hashtag new value if you're new here. Did you get hashtag new value today? So if you're new and you got value out of this stream, guys, please answer yes to that. Please answer yes to that poll. If you are not new, please sit out of that poll. I can't stop you, but please, we're just trying to see how many new people we have here. But let's see. Let's go ahead and continue on, guys. There's your XRP sauce. Let's go ahead and move on to AGIX. If you guys didn't know, that's how you say it. It is AGIX. So here we go. It's going to 0. Okay, next one's going to be Adam. Let's see. Adam going to 0. And with all that being said, guys, that is all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Adam and AGIX is going to 0. So good luck holding that. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. You guys know I'm kidding. You guys know I wasn't going to leave you. Come on. Frankie Candles ain't going to do that to you. All right, yo, Crypto Pollo said hashtag old value. Hey, Alex, what's going on, bro? We got Alex in the chat. He said hashtag OG value. Absolutely. Shout out to Alex. Is an OG for sure. Let's go ahead and, let's actually go ahead and take a look at AGIX, guys. I don't actually call it AGIX. I'm just joking. But let's go actually, let me see if I can get something with a little more price history. Let's see. KuCoin. No. There we go. Okay, there we go. Much better. Okay, so here we go. Taking a look at the daily. Pull up Market Cipher. Money flow actually not looking too bad on AGIX. Money flow consistently coming to the upside, but we're still pretty far away from the 0 line. Even on that next daily green dot, the money flow has a lot of work to do to get up towards that 0 line. Excuse me. But working in the right direction there. Taking a look at the weekly. Weekly, oh, God, money flow in the weekly is coming straight out. However, yeah, VWAP getting rejected at the 0 line, so weekly doesn't look as good. Let's see. 6-day red dot printing. 4-day red dot printing with money flow not looking too great. That 4-day does not look great. I won't lie. Turn on Market Cipher A. See if we got a blood diamond or anything. Nah, it's old. Continuing on. Green dot confirmed on your 3-day. Red dot confirmed. Sorry, guys. I am colorblind. 2-day. VWAP cruising back to the upside. Go away. Let's see. Can I remove this from my... Can I remove this? Search, no, whatever. Anyway, yeah, 12-hour green dot printing, 16-hour green dot confirmed. Oh, and your money flow crossing over into the green. I will say the 16-hour looks pretty good. Snake Eyes, you got Snake Eyes and money flow coming up on your 16-hour. And your money flow crossing over into the green. Snake Eyes not looking too bad. Green dot confirmed. Your 12-hour is printing a green dot with money flow looking pretty beautiful as well. 10-hour money flow looking horrible. Man, what is up with the money flow right now? On a lot of this stuff, it is just it's a mess. Confusing times here. But yeah, I would lean sideways bullish actually on AGIX. I'm going to come down to these lower time frames, taking a look at the money flow. 30-minute money flow crossover into the green. I will tell you this, guys. If we confirm that 12-hour green dot, here we go. A little bit of more free sauce for you guys if you're using Market Cipher. With the way the money flow is looking on the 16 or the 12 and the 16-hour. Now, it's not just what just happened. It is not just that we are about to cross into the green on the 12-hour and the fact that we are crossing into the green on the 16-hour. Look at how long we were in the red for here. We were just in the red with money flow for over, and I'll just pull it all the way to this crossover, 73 days in the red. That is a lot of time to spend in the red with your money flow. So it might be time to start spending some time in the green. I do think that maybe we could get a bounce from these general levels, and I will give you guys the key levels of support and resistance in a second. But what I would look for a potential move up here would be in about an hour. If you can get this 45-minute money flow crossover into the green in the next hour, that might be where we start to see AGIX make a move to the upside. Move up? Question mark? And we will go ahead and check on this tomorrow if we get the money flow crossover. So if the money flow crosses over into the green in the next hour, it has to line up with that 12-hour green dot. If we do wind up getting that, what's the 1 hour looking like? Yeah, 1 hour money flow. If we can get the 1 hour and the 45 minute to cross over in the next hour or so, that might be the thing that causes our first little push to the upside. And then as that causes a little move up, that the daily will be cruising up potentially right behind the green dots and the money flow crossovers we just went over, and that would add a little bit more fuel to the fire to potentially continue the move to the upside. Now, as far as support and resistance, I will go ahead and find these levels, and I'm going to go ahead and pull from here to here using the volume profile once again. So another thing to look at here would be looking at the 45-minute again with the key levels. You would want to get back above this value area low. So this is your key level of resistance right now. If you could flip 25.25875 cents to support, that would be a very good look for a move up on AGIX, potentially up to your point of control, which happens to be living at the top of your value area all the way up here at about 31 cents. And again, it's not going to happen just like a straight line like you want it to, right? You have to remember, you got resistance here. You got resistance here. You got resistance here. You got resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance, right? So it's likely going to be some kind of a bumpy ride to the upside like it was right here. Big move up, big move down. Another big move up, little move down. Stair step up, but what happened? You came right up to that value area high as expected. Same thing here. You're looking for, and again, it doesn't always play out 100%, right? You got rejected from the value area high. Let me just double check that. Yeah, rejected from the value area high, dumped, back to the value area high, dumped, back to the value area high, and then finally you bearishly retested with a blood diamond, and then you make your way all the way back down to the value area low. And now we're back down at the bottom of the range. And what can we expect to happen? I would expect to potentially get a move if we flip this level to support, if we get all those other bullish signals that I was just looking at to play out. This is what I would be looking at, and I don't want to confuse anybody with all these levels. Those are just simply turbulence along the way. But again, in simple terms, just looking to get accepted back into this range and get that move back to the top of the value area high. So there you guys go. There's AGIX with the key levels and almost exactly what I'm looking for to get a move to the upside. But let's see. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to David. He says, I've only been in crypto since last May. Like as soon as everything started to dump, I believe these are the times that are the most important and the hardest times. Crazy. David, if you made it, if you got into crypto as it was dumping and you stuck around until right now, brother, you are coming up to I just almost ate my microphone. You are coming up to the end of the hardest time, right? Even if we go down the lower lows, you've already endured so much pain. Hang in there because likely we are coming up to an end of the pain somewhat soon. Within the next year or so, we should see things start to get a little bit more exciting. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. There is AGIX and kind of what I would be expecting out of it. Now let's go ahead and check out Adam. And shout out to... oh, yeah, Crash. Shout out to Crash said... Frankie, have you ever done a video on trading strategies and how you implement them? Well, Crash, I'm glad you asked. Rob, if you could share a link. Come on, Rob. Oh, I thought that was the link I was looking for. Thank you for sharing the hit merch. Anybody interested in any of these Frankie Candles hats, trading hats, you could go ahead and hit our merch store and check them out. they're actually affordable. We usually, you know, when it's hard to sell merch at an affordable price because it's expensive to sell merch. But Tony D got these down pretty low that we could sell them at the price that, you know, is reasonable to buy a hat for. You know, we didn't want to put these hats on the store and sell them for $55. Like, that's kind of crazy, right? Like, I wouldn't expect a lot of people to buy a $55 hat. But if you buy them at retail, it's like you don't make any money, and like you'll wind up losing money if you don't price them that high. But Tony D is the GOAT, man. Like, he got these so cheap that I think they're $29. It's like the price of a regular hat. But shout out to you guys. But let's see. Frankie, take the wheel. Shout out to P-Slim. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Rob, if you could share the I don't know, do we have a strategies? Let me see. We have a tutorial playlist on the channel. The quick answer is yes, brother. We have tons of trading strategies on the channel and exactly how to implement them. We have them on the YouTube channel for 100% free. There's tons of strategies. I even show you how to use the premium indicators, and if you don't have the premium indicators, at the end of each video, I show you how to do it with a free indicator in case you don't have money to spend on the premiums, right? So the answer to your question is absolutely. We have a ton of trading strategies and how to follow them step by step. It's basically a free trading course, but let me see what the actual playlist is called. I think we have a strategies playlist. Let's see. Market updates, live streams, tutorials, trading, psychology, shorts, volume profiles, premium Discord, crypto taxes, algorand Discord, entertainment. Okay, yeah, so go to the tutorial section. Go to the tutorials. Let me pull this up. Let me just make sure I'm not doxing myself here. Okay, yeah, come to the playlists, right? And, yeah, come to the playlist and go ahead and check out the tutorials page. And that is going to be where all of our strategies live. And there's plenty of them using all different indicators, all different types of strategies. So definitely go check those out. Plenty of free value there. Shout out to Chemistry Bro, said when hoodies. Chemistry Bro, I'm going to defer that question to Tony. Tony is now the hoodie man. I think they're coming very, very soon. No problem. Shout out to you, brother. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on. Tony D, OG. Frankie won't be Frankie without Tony D. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, so we're going to take a look at Adam right now, and then we will take a look at Helson Gaming. AX says, yeah, we can take a look at that, bro. That'll be the last thing we look at. Okay, let's see. I have to shill. Okay, shout out to Crypto Pollo, said, I have to shill the time frame video because it's fire and Pollo approved at Tony D. And that add that link, brother. Yeah, Tony D or one of the mods, if you can add that time frame video, it's Pollo approved, so we can get that in the chat for them. Definitely go check out those videos. Okay, yeah, thank you, Rob, for those links. Okay, let's continue on here for Adam. Taking a look here at the Binance Tether chart. Adam, oh, baby, look at this, guys. It's not every day. I mean, maybe, I think it is actually every day, but I don't say that in a braggadocious way, I promise you. So, I mean, it doesn't always play out exactly as we expect, but yeah, we were looking for a move back up to this, put in a lower high and continue down. We didn't get the lower high to put, I mean, we got the lower high, we didn't put it in right here, but we did come down to almost where we thought we would. But that's a lot of luck a lot of the times, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, taking a look here, we have lost this range for sure. And now, basically, what I am looking at, guys, is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab some levels from down here. Pull it from here to here. Yeah, I would watch these levels, right? This point of control. I'd watch this value area low. And, yeah, and then your value area high is essentially right here. Yeah, I would look for a potential. Let me see something here. Let me pull a fib real quick. Nobody look. I'm pulling my fib. Nah, useless. But anyway, guys, next key level of support for Adam will go ahead and be right here at about $9.11. That would be the next level I'd be watching. However, oh, God, you have the slightest. Money flow still not looking beautiful. I won't lie. Money flow is still not looking amazing, but you have the slightest little bullish divergence or the slightest higher low on your momentum waves for Adam with lower lows on your price action. So Not the prettiest divergence, but it is there and could cause a potential bounce. But I would like to see that money flow come up as well, right? It's all about having confluence. You want to see a bull div, the strong bull divs where you're going to make a whole lot of gains, where you're going to get a big move. You want to see the bullish divergence come in with money flow coming up at least around the same time. Let me see if I could find an example of this, right? Let's see. Where am I looking for? Let's find a divergence here. Let's see. What do we got? No, I'm just looking for the... not quite. I'm just looking for a divergence with money flow coming up. Is that too much to ask? Good Lord. God. Come on, give me a div. Give me a div with money flow coming up. There it is. This has got to be one, right? Yeah, I knew it, baby. I knew it. So here you go. Right, like this is a fire divergence, right? Because you have your lower low on your price action, right? Move it over to the right so you guys can see it. You have your higher low on your momentum waves, letting you know that our price action's coming down, but momentum is coming to the upside, right? So it's showing that there might be a correction coming to the upside, which is why these divergences work, right? And you could see this actually wound up being a massive move to the upside, right? Like this wound up absolutely blasting off and wound up bringing us up about 200%. But why was this div so much stronger than a typical divergence? And the reason it being is the fact that, I don't know why I can't talk. You have your divergence, money flow is coming up, and then, so you have money flow in agreement, right? The divergence is likely to give you a move up anyway, right? But because money flow is cruising to the upside and money flow indicates the longer-term trend, that divergence is likely not only to give you an impulse up, but also once you pull back, you're much more likely to put in a higher low and put in another higher high, creating a strong uptrend, which obviously continued here for quite some time, right? You're much likely to put in that higher low and continue to the upside over time, right? Again, another higher low, another higher high, another higher low, and another higher high. And the reason why you'd expect this to be an actual trend to the upside and not just a one-off impulse like this is because not only did you have the divergence indicating the move up, but you also had money flow coming to the upside, crossing over into the green, indicating that an uptrend was likely on the way. And there you go, guys. There you go. We're giving it all away. We're giving it all away today. I'm just kidding. But I would look at that divergence again on the daily. Still not going to be as strong because money flow really is coming out as we're printing that. So yeah, take that somewhat with a grain of salt. Still likely to give you some kind of a move up. Now this is looking you kind of have the same situation on your 16-hour. Your 12-hour is looking to print a bullish divergence as well. Again, not the strongest divergence, but it is there with your lower lows on your price action. I would really like to, honestly, I would like to see this before making any decision. I would like to see this come down to this level before looking for any real long positions to the upside on Atom. I will say this, I mean, unless Bitcoin decides to absolutely nuke again, this is not a horrible place. Like, these are the 2021 highs. I mean, Atom is still on sale here, guys. Atom is still 100% on sale. Taking a look at your 4-hour VWAP, looking for a move down, right? So what I would look for here is that 4-hour red dot. If that 4-hour red dot prints and brings us down to this level at about $9.11, that is where I would like to see a divergence come in. Like, another reason why I wouldn't really be looking at that daily bull div too strong is because we're not really at that key of a level, right? I'd rather come down to this value area low. It's a much stronger level, and I feel much better taking a trade off it, right? So if that 4-hour pushes us back down here and we indeed then print that divergence, that's where I would be looking for a move up on Atom. But I will go ahead and clear all these levels, and I will pull this larger range here. Let's go ahead, and I'm just going to pull it from here to here and see what we got. Yeah, right, yeah, so I would, $9 in a, I would watch $9.11. I would also watch this macro value area low coming in closer to about 881. But again, those divergences is kind of what I would look for that move to the upside. But again, I'd really like to come down to a stronger level of support. But let's see, longtime holder just trying out leverage. Shout out to Scott. be careful with the leverage. Please be careful with the leverage. If you're not an experienced trader, be very careful with the leverage. I actually had a friend, one of our friends texted Tony D. He actually got into trading a little bit watching the live stream. Max, if you're watching this, what's up to you, bro? I miss you, man. Come visit us in ATL, bro. It's going to be a blast. But he hit us up and he goes, hey, man, I think I'm finally getting the hang of this trading thing. I actually learned that leverage is not actually just free money to trade with. You actually have to use it carefully. And I was like, dude, to be 100% honest, that's like a big thing you need to realize, right? Like, that's like a big step up in your trading journey. When I first started, I saw leverage as free money to trade with as well. I put in $100, put it on 10x leverage. Now I'm trading with $1,000. And that is how it works. But it's not how you should use it, right? You should be using it as a risk management tool, and we get into that in a lot of our videos. But guys, last but not least, shout out to Mike Farley. Said, love this. Shout out to Mark Farley. Thank you for being here, bro. Hit that subscribe button if you're liking the content. But taking a look at our, let me see. What do we want to look at? Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look here. Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada bing. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Chat is distracting. But anyway, here we go. Axie Infinity. Let's see. Take a look at the daily. Oh, baby. Much stronger daily bull div here. Much stronger daily bull div. But again, money flow, not agreeing with it. But I do just want to say the angle is much stronger here. This is a much cleaner looking divergence, right? Clear lower lows on your price action. Clear higher lows on your momentum waves, right? So this is a much cleaner angle on your divergence. However, money flow still not in agreeance here. But once that VWAP comes up, you want to see this money flow curve back up. If you get this money flow to curve back up, I would feel decent about that divergence. I'm going to go ahead and pull the key levels for you. Let's see. Who wanted this? I forget. Oh, God. Helson Gaming said, you remember Tony D? I've lost 300K when Bitcoin falling from 30K. Oh, my God. Helson, that is a ding and a half, my man. I am sorry about that. That is not a small loss, my brother. But let's continue on. Long-time holder, just trying out leverage. Been picking up a lot. Watching this year. Hey, shout out to Scott, bro. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for being here. All right, let's continue on. Oh, Helson, are you the one that wanted to see Axie? I think it is. Let's go. Shout out to Helson Gaming. But here we go. Taking a look. Let's go ahead and pull those levels. Where do I want to pull it from? Let's pull it from here to here. Beautiful. Beautiful little pull there. Let's see. Rewire deprogramming said, so the white is the momentum and the red and green is money flow. Close. The red and the green, or the purple and the blue in my case, if you have the default indicator, the red and the green is the money flow. And the white is not momentum, the gray waves. These, or they're blue by default. These big waves are your momentum waves. The white is your VWAP. And then the blue and the red is your money flow. And I have a Market Cipher tutorial on the site for free. I show you how to use it. I show you how to trade with it. So go ahead and just search the channel for Market Cipher. We have tutorials on Market Cipher A, which is this, and Market Cipher B, which is down here. Back to Axie Infinity. Coming down to the lows of our range, guys. So not getting super bearish, right? Like I wouldn't be looking for massive shorts here. We've already gotten a big move down. We're at the lows of our range. What happened to the last time we were at the low of the range? Bing, right up. I mean, this was like a scam. I don't know what that was. But even then, boom, right up to the value area high. What happened? He came to the high, came to the low, came to the low, came to the high. Got a deviation out of the range. What happened when you got accepted back in and bearishly retested? That would be your short entry, right back down to the POC. You play around a little bit, but eventually you get back down to the low, right? Sometimes you got to have patience. But I don't typically trade these on the daily anyway. But here you go, right? At the lows of your range, with a bullish divergence. If money flow on the daily was coming up here, like if this money flow was just consistently coming up and about to cross over into the green, this would be almost a no-brainer long position up to the high of the range, in my opinion. But money flow is coming out, so be a little bit careful. But what we can do is come down to a lower time frame, a little bit of a lower time frame. Right now we're on the daily. We're going to come down to the 16-hour because likely if the money flow on the 16-hour is coming to the upside smoothly, which it kind of is here, we can expect that to leak into the daily, right? If the 12-hour, right, we could take another step down, see if the 12-hour is crossing into the green. Let me get rid of this brush real quick. Bada boom, right? So, yeah, money flow, that's actually getting rejected here a little bit. But your VWAP's coming up. Once you print this green dot on the 12-hour, your money flow might cross into the green, in which case could give you a move back up into your range. But I will get to that in a second. But you could look at the divergence on the 12-hour as well because you are looking to print it. It actually looks a bit prettier here on the 12-hour, guys. Right? Money flow cruising up. Momentum waves cruising up. Right? Not looking too bad. Once you print that green dot, you get that divergence and your money flow crossing over into the green. This doesn't look too bad. Not a trade signal. Not hashtag, not a trade signal. But if you could print and confirm that daily bullish divergence, this is the 12-hour, right? So this may take time to play out. But something like that, right? Like going, bullish divergences on a lot of these higher time frames, 12, 16-hour, 12-hour, 16-hour, and daily money flows coming up. Doesn't look too bad for at least a little bit of a long here. See, money flows coming on your 8-hour, though. Yeah, it's very wish-washy, guys. Be careful out there. I will say this. Be very careful. It is a very, very, very tough trading environment right now. Very tough. If you're a new trader, just understand that you are learning how to trade. If you're learning how to trade right now, specifically in the last few weeks, this is a very hard environment to learn in. So just understand that, if you start getting the hang of trading in this environment, wait until you hit a bull market. Wait until you hit a bull market. You're going to be like, oh, my God, this is easy. This is easy. But right now, it's very difficult because that 12 and that 16-hour looks super bullish on Axie. Because not only are you getting the bullish signals on Market Cipher B, but you're coming down to a key level of support. And with the way the volume profiles work, it's very likely that you get a move back into your range. If that happens, I would not be looking to hit a home run here because everything is very, very conflicting. So what I would actually look for, although you are eventually expecting to get a move to your value area high, which is up here at about $10, I would first target the just before the POC, right? Not as much of a big move, but it's still 8%, right? You can make a lot of money on that. So obviously, point of control is going to be a very, 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 very strong level of resistance. And with the way money flow looks, I would be looking to take profits pretty aggressively if I were to take that trade. Full transparency, I am probably not going to take this trade. Just because I'm in enough trades right now. Not because it's a bad trade, just because I'm not looking for a position right now. But not a trade signal. I'm not telling you to enter this position at all. You should not copy trade people. However, if I were looking for a long position, I would say this. I would manage the risk very tightly. And again, you would want to wait till you started getting above this value area low at about $6.30 and hold it as support as you get that bull div with money flow coming up. And then, I would maybe be careful. Target, this is not the best risk to reward here. This is almost a 50-50 shot. But that golden pocket, 786, is going to be a dicey area. You're probably going to want to start taking a little profit there. Not financial advice. I would take profit at the POC. And then I would start to target higher up into the range with my final take profit up at the highs of the range. But again, I don't typically trade these higher time frames. I'm more of a day trade scalper. So I'm not really taking longer-term trades like this. For me, if I were going to make any decision off of this, I wouldn't be looking to long this or trade it at all. I would probably just buy it on spot, wait for a big bag, and then just let that ride up over time. But all right, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Tony D. He says, everyone smash that like button for Frankie. He works harder than anyone I know. Shout out to Tony D. I don't know if I work harder than the mods. I'll say that. And obviously Tony D is included in that. But yeah, shout out to Tony D, bro. I appreciate that, man. Tony D works hard too. Trust me. It's kind of weird. Me and Tony D have known each other forever. It's kind of a cool story, honestly. But I never did I think that I'd be able to work with him like this. It's like the coolest thing ever. But shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. You work hard. You work extremely hard, too. I don't even know if I would say I work harder than you. We just do different things. So shout out to Tony. Guys, show Tony D and the mods some love. Because I'm just the guy on camera. I work hard, sure. But that is the mod. This channel would be nothing without the mods and Tony D and the CandleMafia. This is not a one-sided thing. This is, if anything, you guys are more important than even I am to this channel. So I just want to be very clear. But Tony, I appreciate the kind words, bro, for real. And shout out to Cody Moppin. Cody Moppin. I feel like I might be trapped with that name. It sounds like it could be something bad, but I don't think it is. Shout out to Cody. He said, long-term thoughts on XRD from a technical expector. From a technical perspective, let's take a look. Oh, interesting. I don't know a lot about the project, so it's hard for me to kind of speculate on kind of like the use case or anything like that. From a technical perspective, doesn't look too bad. I mean, your money flow is generally coming up here with your VWAP as well on the weekly. This looks like a healthy pullback, right? Probably somewhat of a local golden pocket or some kind of a local golden pocket. Boom. Okay, it's going for a 786 retest. Not too shabby. 5-day. Yeah, I mean, this thing doesn't look too bad. I'm not going to lie. 4-day money flow cruising to the upside. 2-day, back in the red. Yeah. Not looking. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Money flow coming back up on these time frames. Dang, this thing's been in the red for a while. Dang. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look bad. I would wait for this weekly to roll back up, but this doesn't look too bad. I mean, you could come all the way back down to this 786 here, 0.05804567 cents to be exact, or 0.0585 cents. You can come all the way down here. Things look bullish at that moment. It might just put in a higher low and continue to move up. But yeah, I don't have a lot of information on the actual use case of the project, but the chart doesn't look like no real red flags on the chart. You got a nice big move up here, and even if you come down a little bit more, that would be considered technically a healthy correction. Just to go ahead and you got your low, your high. Obviously, you got to cool off at some point. Maybe you put in a higher low here before putting in another higher high, creating a bit of an uptrend. But there you go, and also money flow not looking too horrible either on some of these higher time frames. So yeah, I don't hate this. I don't hate this. Shout out to Corey. Sorry I couldn't go. Shut up, Tony. Tony says Frank works harder than me. I don't know if that's true, bro. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, shout out to Tony D. Shout out to the mods, and shout out to Mosey ATL said, "Okay, can I be a fake mod with you?" Shout out to Dave's fake wrench. Mosey says, "Yes, here." No way. Dave's handing him a wrench live in chat. Shout out to Mosey ATL, now an unofficial mod. Shout out to Dave for knighting Mosey into the fake mod group with a wrench. Yo, Dave, you crack me up, bro. I just fake modded Mosey, bro. Oh God, Dave, you make me laugh, man. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I thought we were gonna go a little short, but we gotta keep it going for the Mafia, guys. We got some alts to look at, and obviously, I've got no problem sitting here on the charts for hours, because I'm literally gonna get off this live stream and then go look at the chart for some more. So yeah, this is what we love to do. But we gotta go ahead and spin that wheel, guys. How many likes do we have? A little bit of a slower day as Bitcoin has been boring. 543 likes. If we get 550 likes, I will spin that wheel 10 times. We got 400 people left in here. Surely, we've got a few people to smash that like button. Let's go. Yeah, Mosey. You're making me think of Alex Hormozi. Does anybody know Alex Hormozi? Yeah, you guys, I highly recommend you look him up on YouTube. If you're into like entrepreneurship and building. Yeah, Darren Dusting says, Dave, don't forget me. Shout out to Darren. But yeah, shout out to Mosey ATL. We love you back, man. Derelict, what is going on? Shout out to you, man. But yeah, Mosey, it makes me think of Alex Hormozi. If you guys like entrepreneurship, stuff like that, he is, I unintentionally run this YouTube channel. Like, I found him after I started my YouTube channel, but I actually run my YouTube channel very similarly to his. I watched a podcast with this guy, and he talks about how, like, just give away value, and like that's what people want, right? If you give away free value, that's what people want, and that's what's going to keep people coming back. And that's basically how I built this channel, not based off of what he said, but just I was like, oh, that's kind of what I do. And he's really smart guy. He owns like a $100 million company. And if you're into that kind of stuff, I highly recommend him. He's very non-biased. He doesn't sell anything. He doesn't need your money, and he just literally his whole thing is give away free value, which is basically our motto over here. Just give away our free value over here to the CandleMafia. Let's go. Wrenches for everybody. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to RTB says hashtag value new. Thank you RTB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're one of those people. I used to not be a subscriber like to anything. I used to just like know the channels I liked and watch them. Until I became a YouTuber and I realized how much it actually helps to like and subscribe. So now I like and subscribe to all my friends' channels, all of our crypto YouTuber friends and everything. I always hit the like button and leave comments for people because I know it helps out the algorithm and helps them build. So I always do it now. But shout out to RTB. Welcome in, man. We're happy to have you. Flat Smack. Shout out to Flat Smack. Flat Smack that like button. 554 likes, guys. We're spinning this wheel 10 times. I think I might have already spent it 10 times. Let's see. 7. We got 3 more spins, baby. How many giveaways do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. We got a high hit rate yesterday. Not so good today. But there we go. Give them a giveaway, baby. Give them a giveaway. Let's get it. Let's see. Bing bong. Shout out to Flat Smack. You funny, bro. You funny. At Dave Digital, can I get a hammer? Dave, are you just handing out emojis in the chat, bro? You're one of the most generous people, man. You're one of the most generous people I know. Just handing out wrenches, hammers. I want one now. I want something. Closing in on 50K, and you will be at 100K in no time. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. I really appreciate you, man. Yeah. We are very, very, very close to 50K. And as Bitcoin for the past 2 or 3 months has basically been going sideways, that's put a big halt on our numbers, guys. As the volume comes out on Bitcoin, the 24-hour volume goes down. Oh, thank you, Dave. Dave said, Frankie, you get a candle. Thank you. I feel like that's fitting. Shout out to Dave Diddle. Bro, you really do crack me up. He's just out here handing out emojis. This is hilarious. I tell you, here you go. Meta, here you go. Hammers, axes. He's just giving it all away. Let's go. Let's see. Top 3 streamers. Go, go, go. Wick says, Frankie Candles, Miss Teen Crypto, Tom Crown. Hey, shout out to that. I can agree with that. Shout out to Tom Crown. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Let's go. Let's see. Crypto Lady, Ada, and at least 1 Frankie Candles trucker hat. Absolutely. Those are our giveaways this week, guys. 12 spins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 giveaways. Not too bad. We'll be spinning the wheel again tomorrow and adding those giveaways to the end of the week, and we will announce our winners for hey, Frankie, I'm long on Axe from $10 right now. I am down 83K. Fingers crossed. Any suggestions? By the way, liquidation at $2. Whew. Okay. Helson Gaming. Because of the specific situation you're in, I'm going to go ahead and pull that back up for you. Dang. Okay, well, I will tell you this. So I know this is probably going to Fun Expert said Tom Crown, Jason, Casper, Frankie. Yes, I would agree with that as well. Super Snoopy. Super Snoopy. Hang on. Super Snoopy. Where's Super? At Rob, can't see Matic anywhere. Did we skip Matic? All right, we'll go over Matic too real quick. But Helson, I know this is probably just like, this is probably not what you want to hear, but I'm just going to say it. Stop loss to avoid ever getting in this situation again. I know you're probably like, yeah, I know that's obvious at this point, but just in case, I have to say that in case you were not thinking of that. Set your stop losses so you don't wind up in this situation again. However, obviously you're in this situation, so let me give you some actionable, not financial advice, but I'll give you kind of actionable ideas of what I would do. If I was in your situation. Liquidation at $2. I'll be honest, man. $2. Let me see where the volume is. I also want to, this is not financial advice, my man. I do just want to be clear about that. I am not a financial advisor. Price does not have to do what I say it's going to do. But $2 is pretty far away, right? $2 is pretty deep. It doesn't mean you can't go back there, but let me see. Let me see. This little micro range right here. $3.22 is going to be very key. Very key. You don't want to lose $3.22. If you do, the chances of coming down to, I mean, I'll be honest. It could be worse. If your liquidation's at $2, that could be worse. I don't think that's that bad. But, yeah, that's hard, man. That's hard. I would look for a move back up to the top of this range. I don't know if you're on leverage, but if you are, it's hard, man. You look for a move up to the top of the range. If you can get back up to the top of this range and you are significantly less underwater, you can kind of like de-risk yourself a little bit and just like, yeah, it's hard, man. Where are you long from? You're long from $10, I think you said, right? Yeah, long from $10. Okay, so you're long from here. Okay, I'll tell you this, bro. Actually makes me feel a little bit better. Oh, so you must be you must have a stack and a half or you're trading on crazy leverage. All right, so here's the thing, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah, if you put in the daily bull div here, I mean, you are getting somewhat of a bullish setup here, right? So if the volume profile plays out, which it doesn't necessarily have to come all the way back up to the high. However, probabilities are slightly on your side right now because, again, you come to the high of the range, you go to the low. You go to the bottom, you go to the top. You go to the top, you go to the bottom, right? Or at least the point of control. But eventually you get to the bottom, right? So even if you come up from here and then come back down and, like, it's all messy and stuff, you may have a good shot at potentially getting back up to the value area high, which does come in at $10. So, yeah. I would say, I mean, that's not, I will say this, man. Definitely not a good position to be in. Definitely use your stop losses in the future. But if this winds up playing out and you get a move back up to the top of the range, again, like if you get that bull div and price starts moving back up and you get accepted back into this range, the next likely spot for price to go is the POC. And then after that, you got a big gap, which you're likely to fly through all the way up to $9, which at that point you're getting pretty close to break even. And then again, that final price target is at $10 where you would be break even. And at that point, I don't even know if I would try to hold this, even if it looked like it was going to break out. If I was down 83K and I came back out to break even, I'd probably cut my losses and just be like, I don't care if this thing goes to the moon. I'm taking my money back out and I'm walking away. But there you go. That's kind of my thoughts. I will say bull divs on the higher time frame at a value area low typically winds up giving you at least some kind of a bounce. And because of the volume profile, you know, there's a chance you get back up to that value area high. So hopefully that's helpful to you, man. And then did we skip Matic? We just wound up skipping Matic. Okay, well, let's take a quick look. I'm going to fly through this, guys, because I got to hop off. This wound up being a long stream, not a short stream. Man. Okay. I don't remember what we were talking about last time we were looking at Matic, but it looks like the bearish case played out perfectly. But let me go ahead and hide this stuff. Let's see. Bang, bong. Bing. So, probably what we were looking at here, guys, was we were coming to the low of the range. This was in April. I don't know what we were looking at last time. However, approaching the value area low of the range with a bullish divergence on the daily. Very similar to a lot of this other stuff. However, I will say, yeah, you're below your value area. Where's Helson? Did I help you out at all, Helson? I hope so, man. I hope so, brother. I'm sorry you're in that situation, man. That's not fun. I know what that feels like, bro. Okay, so, yeah, I would be careful, though, because you could be bearishly retesting here, but if you could pop back above this level, hold this level as support, your POC and your value area high are up here between about 92 and 94 cents. If that bull div confirms, again, money flow on the daily doesn't look amazing, but once you print that green dot, you might get dragged back up to the back up into the green. So I would look for that bullish divergence on the daily, but you got to get above this value area low. If that happens, I think there's at least a good shot that you can get up to 0.89 cents. Come up to at least 88, 89 cents with another possibility of coming up to the highs of your range at about 95 cents. If you lose this level decisively, you do have a pretty big volume gap. I would be looking at some lower levels down if you do wind up continuing down. I would expect if you lose 76 cents. If you lose basically where we bounced from, I would look for a quick move down to 70 cents. If you lose that, your next major level will be about 65 cents. So those are kind of the levels that I would be looking at on Matic. And again, I would like to see this bull div play out. If this winds up printing in the next day or two, that could be bullish if you can get it back above that value area low. So there you go, guys. I didn't realize I skipped Matic. Sorry about that. But there we go. We went right back to it. Bouncy, maybe more jiggly. I don't know what Creighton C is saying. I kind of regret reading that. Shout out to Creighton C. Me too, BTC to the moon. Shout out to Stephen Atwell. And guys, with all that being said, that is all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. I am not just saying that because I think it sounds good. I'm saying that because I truly mean it. As I always say, I get to come up here every single day and do what I love with the coolest people in the world, and I will never take that for granted. I will never. We have a million subscribers. I will never ever take it for granted that you guys show up for me every single day. That's why I show up for you every single day, because you guys are good to me, so I have to be good to you. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time. That's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. What are my price targets for VeChain? We'll talk about that on tomorrow's live stream if you come back and ask the same question, because we're ending here. We're already going long, already almost over 2 hours. 3, 2, 1. It's officially a 2-hour live stream, guys. We didn't cut it short tonight, but with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time. Hopefully we can get some exciting price action. Sorry if the energy was a little bit off today. Price action was really boring here today, guys. But tomorrow, hopefully we can get a big move up or a big move down so we can have a more exciting stream, show some trades, and have a good time. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy, shout out to my boy, DZ. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. I've been wrenched by Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. You guys can see it in the chat. I got my wrench. Creighton said, hey, Frankie's in the chat. Dave, wrench him. And Dave said, elegantly, here you go, Frankie. And he gave me that wrench, baby. Let's go. I'm a mod. I am an unofficial official mod in my own chat. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Thank you guys so much for being here. A little quick Frankie fake out here, and we forgot to go ahead and blow out the ceremonial. Guys, we're not a cult. I want to be clear here. We were talking about this. Right, we're not a cult. It's a friendly, positive community. That's for sure. You can't have aren't like cults bad? I don't even know a lot about cults, but we're not a cult, right? I don't think we are. Well, with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for today's live stream, and we don't want to piss off the candle gods, so we're gonna do a ceremonial candle blowing out. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, with all that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. DZ for ATB. I don't know. Asabasa. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.